Daily Dose of English presents Daily English Idioms. Part 48.
Above board. Meaning: honest and open, not deceptive or fraudulent. Examples: I'm confident in the integrity of our business dealings. Everything is above board. All of the documents have been signed, so the transaction is above board. We want our relationship to be above board, so let's be honest with each other. Bucket list. Meaning: a list of things that you would like to do or experience before you die. Examples: I plan to cross skydiving off my bucket list this summer. My bucket list includes traveling to all 7 continents. Seeing the northern lights is at the top of my bucket list. Paddle one's own canoe. Meaning: to make one's own decisions and take responsibility for one's own actions. Examples: I'm going to paddle my own canoe in this situation, despite what others may think. It's time you started paddling your own canoe. Don't rely on others to make decisions for you. She's always been determined to paddle her own canoe and make her own choices. In the offing. Meaning: likely to happen in the near future. Examples: there's an exciting job opportunity in the offing. We're expecting a lot of changes in the offing. I'm optimistic about the prospects in the offing. Eat someone alive. Meaning: to criticize someone severely and harshly. Examples: the boss ate him alive for missing the deadline. I could tell she was about to eat me alive for my mistake. His friends ate him alive for telling them the wrong information. Go down in history. Meaning: to be remembered for a long time because of something important. Examples: her accomplishments will go down in history. His speech will go down in history as one of the most memorable. He will go down in history as a great leader. Drop like a hot potato. Meaning: to give up something quickly. Examples: he dropped the project like a hot potato when he found out how much work it would be. As soon as the news came out, everyone dropped the issue like a hot potato. When the scandal broke, the politician dropped the issue like a hot potato. No, spring chicken. Meaning: someone who is not young anymore. Examples: she may not be a spring chicken, but she can still run faster than most people. He may be no spring chicken, but he's still in excellent shape. I'm no spring chicken, so I'm not up for late nights anymore. Streets ahead. Meaning: to be much better than something else. Examples: his presentation was streets ahead of the other candidates. Our team was streets ahead of the competition. His design was streets ahead of the others. Next to nothing. Meaning: almost nothing, very little. Examples: I paid next to nothing for the dress. We got the tickets for next to nothing. It cost me next to nothing to make the repairs. Green fingers. Meaning: a natural talent or skill for gardening or growing plants. Examples: She has green fingers, all of her plants are healthy and thriving. He has green fingers, his vegetables are always the best at the farmer's market. My grandmother had green fingers, she grew the most beautiful flowers in her garden. Right up your alley. Meaning: suiting someone's interests or abilities, something that someone is good at. Examples: this job is right up your alley, you'd be perfect for it. Making jewelry is right up your alley, you should give it a try. This project is right up your alley, you have the skills to do it well. Call a spade. Meaning: to speak honestly and directly without being too polite or trying to avoid saying something unpleasant. Examples: I'm not one to mince my words, I'll call a spade. He's not afraid to call a spade, even if it might offend someone. She's not afraid to call a spade, she speaks her mind. The other side of the coin. Meaning: the opposite side of an issue, the alternate view or perspective. Examples: we need to consider the other side of the coin before making a decision. Let's not forget to look at the other side of the coin. We need to take into account the other side of the coin before making a decision. Pull out all the stops. Meaning: to use all available resources or do everything possible. Examples: we need to pull out all the stops if we want to win the competition. Let's pull out all the stops and get this project done quickly. We have to pull out all the stops if we want to get the project done on time. A closed book. Meaning: a person or situation that is difficult to understand or interpret. Examples: he's a closed book, nobody knows what he's thinking. The situation is a closed book, we don't know what will happen. She's a closed book, no one can figure out what she's up to. Up in arms. Meaning: to be very angry and show strong opposition. Examples: the citizens are up in arms about the proposed changes. The workers are up in arms about the new policies. The public is up in arms about the proposed cuts. Cut the cackle. Meaning: to get to the point, to stop talking about unimportant things and focus on the matter at hand. Examples: let's cut the cackle and get to the point. Stop wasting time and cut the cackle. Let's cut the cackle and get started on the project. Today's idioms were: above board, bucket list, paddle one's own canoe, in the offing, eat someone alive, go down in history, no spring chicken, streets ahead, next to nothing, green fingers, right up your alley, call a spade, the other side of the coin, pull out all the stops, a closed book, up in arms, cut the cackle.